Hey everybody, welcome on to the Verve call. Excited about everything that's going on. A little bit about myself, and I'd like to welcome you guys onto the call. Obviously, come into the call with an open mind, and the person that brought you on here today obviously trusts and respects you to an extent, and obviously if you're looking for something, more out of life, this is something that has really changed the life of thousands of people across the world. But a little bit about myself. My name is Bryce Majdick. I'm a star ambassador for Vemma. I've been involved with the business for about 17 months now. And anyways, I was just going to San Diego State University for 3 years with a pre-med major and no history in marketing at all. But about 17 months ago, my life completely changed. I met a guy named Brad Alcazan, who's actually number 2 in the company. He's 27 years old. And, I went over to this guy's house which is an open mind, and I was completely blown away because for the first time in my life, I met people my age that had what I wanted, which was a really big thing. Because with all due respect to my friends, my family, and my teachers, none of them really had what I wanted in the sense of lifestyle. And I kind of had to reevaluate things for myself. And it was exciting for me just because I saw these young people and the lifestyle that they were living. And I also saw really what the business can do for you. They painted a really good picture for me. And that's where I'll introduce you guys to the YPR, the Young People Revolution. And it's exciting to be part of a revolution really going on within the college market. As you can tell, people right now are struggling, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I think the YPR stands for a lot more than just Young People Revolution. It's a movement with young people, changing the way that people think, changing the way that people work, and obviously have a better outlook on life. There's so much power with the young people at a young age, and I really think that tapping into this market is just an absolutely incredible thing. So I was introduced you guys at a Verve event. I went over to Brad Alcazan's house where there was BMWs lined up outside. That said Vemma across the side of it. And I walked inside, there was 100 plus people, and obviously that was pretty exciting to me. That excitement was contagious, and that vision kind of implanted in me to see really what I could do with this. And if you guys look into the business, Vemma, the company, it's actually an acronym, stands for Vitamins, Essential Minerals, Mangosteen, and Aloe. It's located at Alcasa, Arizona, where over the course of the last 8 years, it's done over $1.3 billion in sales. It was actually a 2-ounce liquid multivitamin, and was actually rated number 1 on Men's Daily Journal out of all the liquid nutrition out there. But what they decided to do was take this 2-ounce liquid multivitamin and pour it into an energy drink, something that erupted in the college market because you see a lot of energy out there right now. People are spending money on energy drinks and coffee, whether it's to stay up late and study or the coffee replacement. The energy drink industry is huge. It's, $12.5 billion right now and projected by 2017 to be worth $21.5 billion. So you can imagine, really what's going to happen with a company right now that really is attached to this market that is absolutely growing. And on top of it, really why this is so exciting is because right now, you're not looking for people. People are looking for you. You look at student loans, and 53.6% of people under 25 out of college are right now unemployed. A lot of people that I looked up to, I was actually in a fraternity at San Diego State that were graduating college, are working jobs for $10 or $15 an hour. And, obviously, if you're sponsoring student loans, which right now is the number 1 debt in America, over $1.3 trillion, and it's just absolutely insane. You can't pay off those student loans with that type of income. And you look at a product that's relevant and a business that really relies off of networking. Those 3 things tied together, I think, is the reason why we're seeing so much growth. You look at the power in our concept, and what BK Pareko, the CEO of Vemma, decided to do was, instead of going traditional route in advertising, like paying professional athletes, paying for billboards, and paying for commercials, they invested our money into us, the consumers. Kind of like how Facebook was built. You never saw an ad for it, you never saw a commercial for it, but everybody has Facebook, and a few people walked away with $20 billion. So imagine taking that $20 billion and redistributing the wealth amongst the consumers, us. And you guys look at really what we're doing in the industry, the social network marketing industry, it is actually the second highest paid profession in the world. So the reason why this business is so powerful and so exciting is because of those 3 things, you guys. Number 1, you're not looking for people. People are looking for you. Number 2, we have products that are relevant that people are drinking will literally hunt you down for to grab. And we admire here we literally have to, hide our Verve in our rooms because other people will steal them. and then number three, you look at the social networks that we've been building our entire lives. You guys would probably agree that business is changing, times are changing. The way to make money is completely changing, and you got to move with it, or you're going to get left behind. And that's something that I really saw, and that's why I was so excited to become part of the YPR. So really quick, you guys, there's a really new incentive right now. Red is the new platinum. We have a new drink called Party. It's absolutely amazing. It's a huge game changer. I think it might even take over Verve, our energy drink. But anyways, what they decided to do, there was only 3 ways you can get a company pay car, and they were, silver, black, and white. But what they decided to do was open up a new BMW incentive and allow you to get the color of red. One of my favorites, and unfortunately, about 4 months ago, before this incentive came out, I just actually picked up a new BMW, which was silver. But I'm excited about this. And then you guys look into Verve sales. The top 15 states right now, this thing is really, becoming something that's going all over the country. It's not just happening in San Diego. It's not just happening in Arizona. It's happening for people all over the world. California, number 1. I'm located right now in San Diego, so hats off to our team that's doing too well. Florida, my guys, Corey Schroeder and, Austin Medlin, shout out to you guys, absolutely taking over and dominating. My upline, Adam Wittig, actually just hit star ambassador as well, and excited for him. He has a big team in Florida, Texas, Arizona, Michigan. Pennsylvania is on the map. My roommate, Luke Kish, it's kind of a funny story. When we first got involved, we were going to San Diego State. He was actually from Pennsylvania, and that's why, they're up there right now. New York, shout out to you guys. Hats off to you guys for, being part of, from now, top 10 to top 8. But anyways, you guys, I want to kind of show you a little bit about what's going on and somebody, that can really relate to you. I'm going to have my buddy Brandon Bozarth to call him a lion because he actually comes into meetings on all fours. One of the best in the business, and I see this guy becoming a super elite and obviously one of the main faces of this company within the next 3 to 5 years. And I'm happy to have this guy on the line. Brandon, people in great story, and obviously, what was a game changer for you? When did you decide to go all in? You on the line, Brandon?
Well, yeah, Bryce, thanks for the introduction. And, yeah, I'm obviously excited. A game changer for me, was really meeting someone that had what I wanted and completely blew my mind. My story's pretty simple. I was doing the old college thing, go to school, get good grades, go to work, have a good Saturday, kind of rinse and repeat. And, it's funny how little events can completely change the course of the path that you're on. And I went into, I was working on 24-hour fitness at the time, and my goal and dream was, go and get some experience, go to a private gym, set my own rates and hours, and make what I thought was, an adequate living and a lot of money. And I went in one day because I actually got this job opportunity at a private joint. I went in to quit. Little did I know they called that a conflict of interest, being dedicated to another gym simultaneously. And, completely unaware of it, I went in innocently trying to quit, and I ended up getting fired, kind of on the spot. I wasn't even working at this other place yet. And, naturally I was kind of upset. I went to work out. My boss grabs my arm before I can leave, says, hey, you're fired now. Technically your membership has been canceled. We have to kick you out. And he kicked me out. And in 5 minutes, I went into quit, got fired, went to work out, got kicked out, realized I had 6 weeks with $200 in my name and no way to make money. And I was like, what the heck just happened? You know what I mean? And this thing kind of fell into my lap. My buddy Andy came back from Chico. He slapped a check on my table for about $1,500. Said I made that last week. I said, wow, I made that last month. What are you up to? And he got me on a Hulu call with the name we kind of passed around, Luke Kish, who at the time had no job, no boss, no degree, no hours, younger than me, making $7,000 a week. I'm listening to this kid on Hulu, and I did something crazy, which was I decided to listen to him. And I thought that was crazy because most people don't listen to the people that have the results. They listen to people that have things that they don't want. I'm a strong believer, and if you can dream it, you can have it. But if you're following people that aren't chasing their dreams, how do you expect to catch yours? You can't. So it's like I'm talking to someone now who has everything I wanted and more, and I decided to listen to him. And it was pretty simple. He told me that times are changing, and if I wanted to inherit the 21st century, I had to change with the times. Student loans, jobs, economy, realized if I didn't participate in all of that, then it wouldn't affect me. If I went out there, owned my own business, as an average college kid, I could make my own economy. And just like Facebook had an unlimited amount of people using, I could have an unlimited amount of people in my network. And it's a very powerful concept. Understood that, 1,200 orders is a 6-figure income. I said my vision with this thing, there'll be six-figure earners on every single college campus in the United States within the next 5 years. Well, without a doubt, 100%. And it just seeing the proof, kind of for myself, understanding that the kid I was talking to was completely average, and if I grew up with him, would probably be just another one of my friends. Totally blew my mind, dude. This industry is revolutionary, and if you take it serious, it's $1 million business. It'll pay you like one. If you treat it like a hobby, it'll pay you like a hobby. So it's a very powerful concept, direct reflection of your work ethic. And my philosophy is pretty simple. Why work for someone else if you could just work hard for yourself? And I just didn't know how to do it, realized I wouldn't get taught that unless I found someone with the results, decided to listen to them, introduce it to 6 of my friends personally. I think everyone on the line here has 6 friends. If you don't, you got a bigger problem than money. But 6 of my friends personally, one being my mom, and one quit. The 4 that stuck around has turned into, over about 150, 160 people, in my business, and I couldn't be happier. It's changed my life 100%. What I like, the most, I think you have to pull someone up in order for yourself to pull yourself up, kind of in other places, kind of, dog-eat-dog world. It's kind of like here you help everyone get what they want. You could have everything you want. It's a very, powerful, inspiring concept for the right people. But, yeah, I would say that, what kind of, my final decision was finding someone that had the results,
Absolutely, Brandon. Hey, thank you for coming on the call, man. You're an absolute beast, and obviously just one of those people that just gets it right off the bat, man. And I'm excited for your future. I think you have a huge future within the company, and obviously you're going to do great things. And a good-looking jawline.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyways, hey, Jess, one of the lady bosses is up next. One of my best friend's girlfriends, I actually grew up with this girl over the course of the last 2 years. It's a funny story on how she got involved. But my buddy came back to me after hearing about the business originally, and I came back up to his house, and right then and there he signed up. And ever since then, his dad saw great results, got involved in the business, is also a Star Platinum. His girlfriend, not only helping yourself, but helping out your family. And I think that's what really this business is all about. And I think Brandon touched on that as well. People helping people. I'm excited for Jessica. Right now we have a huge young ladies revolution going on within my business, and she's the head of it. So Jessica, did you make it on the call?
Yeah, I'm here. All right, thanks, Bryce. I really, really appreciate you bringing me on here. Obviously Bryce kind of said it himself. My boyfriend, Christian Sager, is actually the one who introduced this whole concept to me a little over a year ago. Not going to lie, when I first heard about it, I was super skeptical, kind of laughed at Christian. I told him he was stupid. I told him to return his product. I wasn't a fan of Verve. Obviously, I never had seen it before. I wasn't used to network marketing. So I blew it off, and he was like telling me, Jess, you got to try this out. Come on, it'll be fun, like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, like, you're just trying to scam me, the typical thing. So in reality, I was just being closed-minded. I was really content with where I was at. I was raised to go to school, get good grades, go to college, go find a job, work for 4 years. That's what I saw myself doing. But obviously times are changing, and for me, I was a public relations major over at San Diego State, kind of how Bryce and I got to meet and everything. I was going on my senior year this year, and I couldn't be more scared for the future. Well, I couldn't have been more scared at the time, and I really sat down. I was doing promotional modeling, working for $15 an hour. I absolutely hated it. I loved it in the beginning, but after a while, after 3 years of doing it, going and slaving for someone, them giving me a uniform to wear, me going out and branding a brand that I had no idea what I was talking about, trying to promote that was not something I saw myself doing for the rest of my life. I wasn't absolutely passionate about it. And in reality, I was pretty much doing the same thing I would be doing in Vemma, but I was just being an employee, right? So at the time, I kind of took my pride down. I sat down with Christian. I'll never forget the night that he actually kind of got me on board. He's like, Jess, listen, like, we can do this together. I'm going to teach you everything. And I looked at it like, all right, Christian, I've took all your advice before, and obviously it got me to where I am today. So I believed him. I got on board the next day, and 11 months later, here I am, and I would never, ever, ever look back on that. In the beginning, when I first started, I had Bryce, I had Christian, I had all the guys in the business telling me what to do. And me being a girl, I didn't want to listen to the boys. I mean, come on, girl power, right? So at the time when I first started, I didn't do it right. I went out and tried doing it by myself. I tried approaching all my friends on Facebook, and that's the number one thing that you should not do in the beginning. As any brand partner, as someone getting on board, just know that listen to your uplines, listen to your mentors. They are here to really guide you. And so I stepped back. I had Christian teach me everything I had to do, and here I am. I'm about to hit executive this month, which is pretty awesome for a girl. I'm really creating the girl culture out there. I just got back to Michigan. I'm traveling over the Midwest right now. I was in Indiana last night. I had all girls speaking at the meeting. It was pretty awesome. So you ladies out there know that you are super, super capable of doing this too. I know a ton of girls in the business. My best friend, Jamie Schaefer, she's by my side every step of the way. Maggie DePippo, Kendall Giannicola, Carly Sauerline, all the ladies out there, Kelsey Brand, they are there, and if you need some guidance with this, if you are just like me on this call right now with all the guys telling you, hey, get on board, sit there pretty, smile, and bring more guys in business, reach out to me. I'm here 100% to help you. Just know all the success stories of the women in this. It's very, very powerful. I really started a revolution of lady bosses, as I would call it, and just know we're all in this together. It's only a matter of time before we flip the ratio. The boys they got to watch out because we're really stepping it up. Just be confident. That's something I always really, really push. I lacked that in the beginning. I lacked confidence. I lacked persistence and just keeping on top of it. But when I really sat down and saw what this opportunity can do for me, but not only me, but for the people that are in my life, my family, my best friends, my roommates and stuff like that, we all got together and really took advantage of this thing. And just know, this is the business of the 21st century. Vemma, right now, you guys are all hearing about this. You brand new people out there, this is going to get really, really big, and you've got to get excited about it. Really, really understand. See yourself down the road 5 years from now. What do you see yourself doing? 10 years down the road, what do you see yourself doing? If it's, out there working in corporate America, maybe this isn't for you, but understand, we all say times are changing. This is the age of technology, the age of information. That's something huge that we've all got to understand. Take advantage of this opportunity while it's here. We all say this is the opportunity of a lifetime, but this is it, guys. Vemma is everything, and I am super passionate about what I do. I love sharing my story. I love, showing girls that we can make it happen as well, and showing the boys too that, here I am. Don't ever underestimate girls. Go out there, talk to everyone possible, have fun with it, change as many lives as you can, because for me, that's what I'm about. I'm here to, reach out to all the newest people out there, help them get to where they want their business to be. And just know, all of you guys, if you knew what I knew and what the rest of the YPRs out there knew, you would do everything possible to get where we're at right now and where everybody else is at too. So just have fun with it. Get excited. Find me on Facebook, Jessica Comiskey. For all the girls out there, I would love to talk to you guys. But, Bryce, thanks again for having me on here. I look forward to seeing you back in San Diego.
I'll see you soon, Jess.
All right, bye.
Thank you for having on the call, and you guys can see, just average people, real stories, and obviously something hopefully that you guys can take away that you guys can relate to. But next on the call is one of my good friends, Varun Nigam. He actually had some technical difficulties, so he called me, and we got him on a three-way call for anybody that's hosting the call right now. But anyways, this guy's an absolute animal in the business, and I'm excited to see where his future lies. I believe he has created one of the best cultures I've ever seen. It's almost as if everybody's a family, man. And this guy will go to war for his people. This is a people helping people business, and this guy, doesn't only talk the talk, but he walks the walk. Varun, have you made it on the call?
Yeah, absolutely, Bryce. How are you doing?
Good, man. Hey, tell everybody, a little bit about yourself, and tell us what was your turning point. What made you go all in?
Okay, cool. Well, absolutely. I'd love to share my story and why I really pushed this thing to the absolute max full. Bryce, thank you again for getting me on this call. Guys, if you're on this call and you don't realize what's going, you've got to really take a good look into the depth of vision of everything. You've got to take a good look into not where we're at, but more of where we're going. And when you see that vision and you know your why, we always like to say the how doesn't matter. And so that's my story behind this whole thing. My name is Varun Nigam. I'm 20 years old. I'm a full-time third-year pre-dental student out of Indiana University. And I was first approached with the Vemma concept about a year and a half ago with one of my best friends who actually went to IU with me. And he approached me with excitement and just a high excitement, belief and everything in the whole concept, the company and everything. But he had no proof in the pudding, and in life, money usually talks and all the bull walks. So while I was really, really, really interested, I didn't see any tangible proof of it. So I kind of turned my cheek the other way. I really didn't look twice into the concept. And I went off, last summer getting a traditional valet job in Louisville, Kentucky, where I'm from. Parking costs 9 to 5. And it's so crazy to think that, a year ago, I had a name tag that said Varun Nigam, and I used to park BMWs. And now through this concept, a year later, I'm driving a BMW, and my name tag's actually in the dash. And that just gets me excited, not for really what I'm doing, but for what so many young people out there are doing. But the story's simple. My friend came back to me, and I got the chance to get on the phone with Bryce Majdick, Mr. Star Ambassador over here, and Sam Zartoshi, a very, very good friend of mine. And I saw how crazy this thing was moving, and I saw that they were very, normal kids, college kids, high school kids who had really above-average dreams and were willing to take above-average habits to be, to get those above-average results. And I wanted to pair up with them. I was always taught by my uncle, you want to be the poorest and the dumbest of your 5 best friends. Why? Because all they can do is pull you up. And if we're human beings and, products of our environment, well, we might as well surround ourselves with something that's positive. And, I took this thing full force, full throttle, got started about a year ago, 12 months, while in school, taking the organic chemistry, if anyone out there is a science major. And I really got excited because I've always wanted to do something different. I always talk about it in my presentations, but there's only 4 aces in a deck of cards. And if you're willing to become one of those 4 aces, or if you're just born with that 4 ace mentality, we'll find an opportunity that parallels itself with the 4 ace mentality, 4 ace, vision. So that's what I got excited about. I got excited about, being my own boss. We always talk about it, BYOB, be your own boss. I really got excited about waking up when I was done sleeping. But I'll be honest, when I got started in this concept, I saw Bryce with a white BMW 3 Series, and I was like, you know what, I want the same thing. And all my friend really said was, he said, listen, transfer your dollars. You're a huge Starbucks fiend. You love Starbucks, man. You drink Red Bull at night. Why not just spend your money on something that's cheaper, healthier, and maybe it could pay you? He said Red Bull never gave you wings. Vemma could get you a Beamer. What would you choose? And all I did is I chose the latter, and I made a couple decisions to start drinking Verve. Love the taste of it. I absolutely love it. Will always love it. Spread it with my family. And I started to, go through different habits. I woke up and I listened to things like Bob Proctor. I studied the law of attraction. I started surrounding myself around successful people who wanted something different out of life. And instead of being one of the thousands of kids who walked past Mark Zuckerberg's dorm while he was creating Facebook, I decided to peek in. Because I realized if I peeked into Mark Zuckerberg's dorm while he was creating Facebook, I'd be a multimillionaire by default. The guy is worth like $26 billion. So that opportunity cost was really the opportunity loss for me, and I got started, told a couple of my friends about it. 5 ended up sticking with it, and in the 12 months of being involved, 5 obviously turned into almost 800 active in my business, paying me a good amount as a third-year college student. And it's such a nice feeling knowing that I will graduate, and so many of my family members and teammates are going to graduate without worrying about student debt, without worrying about what are they going to do, without worrying about flipping a coin and getting a 54% chance of unemployment after college. And that's a very, very great feeling, and I express great, gratitude towards it every single day. But, guys, like I said before, I got in, I asked, Bryce and Sam, give me the numbers, and I went to work. And what happened is if you act it, you attract it. And I wanted leaders in my business. I wanted people who were serious about my business. I wanted people who were passionate and were willing to protect their dreams no matter what happened. I wanted people who are going to be positive and happy and excited about, waking up tomorrow morning instead of complaining about yesterday. And that's exactly what happened. I found a genuine group of individuals. And about a year ago, all we did is we started an entourage, and it's blown up to something phenomenal. But guys, through the thousands of people I've met, through the thousands of events I've gone through, and all the success stories I've seen, I've really found one reason to really execute this business and take this thing full throttle. In the next 3 years, I want that Mother's Day card to say stop working. And I think that's a very powerful thing to be able to say, but not only say, but be able to do in our economy. So guys, if you're complaining about your situation, if you want something marginally different out of life, just marginally different. I challenge you to look into Vemma and the concept of Verve and the concept of this opportunity of social network marketing. You do not want to be one of those people that said, wow, you knew Bryce Majdick before he was a millionaire? What was that like? You do not want to be one of those people. So if you get excited, you really start to see the depth of vision. If you really see where this thing is going, you're going to get excited, and that belief level is going to create a revolution. My friend Yadi Hardy always likes to say, a revolution is something different that is working. Look around you right now. This is something that is wicked different, and my God, is working phenomenally. I get stoked about it, and shout out to my team. That culture is something we pride ourselves on. It's something that, the YPR prides ourselves on. But guys, just imagine where we're going to be 2 to 5 to 10 years from now. I know me and Bryce, our kids are going to play together on the yacht. You know what I mean? So we're excited about this thing, and like we always like to say, bang, bang. Thank you, Bryce.
Bang, bang. Well, thank you, Varun, for for coming on the call. And anyways, man, some incredible stories that are going on, and obviously I think bottom line, everybody needs to take away from what we're doing is obviously that it's working. If it's not for you, no hard feelings. If it is, you want something more out of life, if you're ambitious, you're going to meet a lot of like-minded, ambitious individuals. And through that, obviously you're going to have the help and support of people that have already done it. I think the reason why it works so well is those two things, the help and support, people helping people, business. But number two, we have these tools. We have this text invite available in 9 different languages to teach you kind of how to prospect somebody, how to get someone involved in the business, or how to just open their mind up to it. And obviously, you can have us or have the tools just kind of do the work for you. But the first thing you guys got to do to get involved in the business right now, there's a big incentive. If you buy a builder pack, you actually get a free month of Back Office Pro, which is a really powerful tool that will track everything in your business that's really going on. And I think that, obviously through this, you're going to find out where your business is in every state and obviously all across the country. So step number 1, you guys, get in, download the Vemma app. Start texting your friends. Go get with the person that brought you here and learn how to do a correct invite. Step 2, if you find 3 people and you get on a builder pack in a week, you make $700 on what's called a frenzy bonus. And you can actually do this any week in Vemma. I have people whose lives have completely changed just because of that bonus alone. You can watch the 3-step training video on how to do this. And then also in step number 2, it talks about finding 3 customers. Customers are huge and they're very easy. You can let the tools do the work for you. You can go to youtube.com and just type in Chris Powell Body. And they do a wonderful video with Chris and Heidi Powell. My mom actually lost 15 pounds her first month on the body line, and the products really just sell themselves. Step number 3, get car qualified. Once you have about 2 teams, about $5,000 worth of volume on each side of your business, you can go to the dealership and go lease your own car. And it's incredible because I've had people do this within their first couple months. I have even people doing it faster. The first person in my business, a guy that's been mentioned a couple times, Sam, actually did it within his first 21 days. Absolutely incredible. Step number 4, get 5 of your friends into BMWs and you're making $50,000 a year. Pretty incredible to see young people grasp hold of an opportunity like this and obviously turn, something into $50,000 a year with, obviously the result's not typical, but within their first, 4, 6, 8, even 10 months. I've had people do it before that. So going on to the next slide, you guys, it's time to party. One of my favorite products. I'm excited to see where this thing takes us. We opened up an entire new market. Honestly, this stuff is absolutely incredible. I think it's a game changer. You can literally walk around, with a can of party in your hand and just go around and talk to people. People are going to ask you what that is because the can just looks so good itself, and when they taste it, they're sold. Like I said, these products sell themselves. So you guys, on top of it, you got to use the events. I talk about my business changing. These guys did as well. My business changed completely when I went to my first event, when I met Bob Proctor, when I let the top leaders within Vemma, Alex Morton and Josh Noble, and saw the big picture and where this company could take me. Because once my belief was there, the conviction was there, everything else fell into place. So you guys, on October 12th, we're going to have a Verve Leadership Academy. This is your last chance to register. And I promise you this could be a game changer for you. And I speak from experience because it's happened to me. It's going to be at the Greater Columbus Convention Center in Ohio. And we're going to have, Gary Vaynerchuk, Darren Hardy, A lot of people that I've listened to and surrounded myself with. Obviously, not too many chances to talk to these guys in person, but you might get the chance there. And obviously, you can download their audios, you can read their books, and these guys are obviously shaping our future and for the better. So you guys, in closing, the Verve webinar call next month, Tuesday, November 12th at 6 p.m. Be on it. Get your downlines on this. Understand that this business is about using the tools. It's about using the system. And really that's why this works so well. And the reason why we're moving so fast is simple. It's because we have a duplicatable system that anybody can go out there and do. Whether you're young, middle-aged, or older, you want something more out of life, you're hungry for success, or you're just ambitious and you're looking to surround yourself with successful people. So I appreciate you guys for coming on the call. I'm excited for this future. Understand that this will be a multi-billion-dollar company run by young people. You see other companies within our industry do over $1 billion a month. It's absolutely incredible how big these things really get. Rarely do they get big. And I think it's special because this thing is going to get really big, and within the next 3 to 5 years, it's going to create a lot of success stories. And the big thing here for anybody that's new on the call is that you can become that next success story. You've listened to people on this call that you can might even be able to relate to, whether you're in school, whether you're out of school, guy or girl, young, middle-aged, or older. And obviously, these stories are going to help you through what you're doing, and obviously can help you get out of the current situation that you're in, with a lot of people experiencing pay cuts and a lot of people losing their jobs. So thank you guys for coming on this call. I really appreciate your time. Connect with me on Facebook. Don't be afraid to send me a message, and I'll get back to you as soon as you can. Everybody, have a great night, and wrap them up.